या इतना है जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन ही नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं।
Hello, very good evening, everyone. Thank you very much to join this webinar, special webinar, which we are having today. This is Independent Franchise Consultant webinar, which Franchise India is organizing every Thursday. And what we are looking at for some passionate people who really wanted to start advisory and consulting practice. Franchise India is offering this opportunity to only few. Cities also, it is not available everywhere. So we will also ask some questions in between your city, which city you are from, what is background, what is you are coming from, what are you looking currently right now, and what is current business you are in. So please use Q&A box to send us your answers, and let's make it so interactive. So I'll also introduce today who is there on the panel. My name is Sanjay. I am CEO Director at Franchise India Consultants Private Limited, where we have got 97 cities network of IFC network under this independent consultants on Franchise India Consultants Private Limited company. We also have our regional heads who are further supporting our channel network and our channel partners on national level. So regionally, we have cluster heads, we have regional heads who are interacting with all our IFC partners. Idea is to support them. Idea is to make them competent for helping other investors to get them into business. So Franchise India is how to start your own business platform. And what we all are, and IFCs, independent franchise consultants, are specialists, how to start your own business specialist. So Franchise India journey in 25 years, and we are world's largest consulting firm today. It's a advisory company, which is a trusted advisory company, and starting from day one till now, we are helping investors on one side to get them into business, and we are going out and helping them to what is right fitment for them, guiding them, hand holding them. And other side, we are also helping business opportunities, brands, startup level, mid segment, and all large corporates also to increase their network, to reach out to new markets. That's what this business is all about. So we do matchmake. So we are super connectors. We are doing the matchmakes between investors on one side and brands on the other side. So to support Franchise India Consultants Private Limited network, which is on pan India 97 cities today, we have regional heads, we have cluster heads who are further handholding and supporting all our partners. So today, if I can introduce, so I have Mr. Shaktivel. He is in Chennai branch head, the Chennai branch head, and helping our Tamil Nadu and Kerala states. So these are two states wherein he and his team further helping our independent franchise consultants to take the business forward. We also have Amit. He is in Pune branch, and he helps our Pune region and rest of the Maharashtra team to support them further. We have Jitendra. He is taking care of Gujarat market. So he is based in Ahmedabad office and taking care of all Gujarat market. We have Sumer, and Sumer is there in Chandigarh office, and he takes care of up north area, wherein we have Chandigarh, Tri-City, Punjab, and Uttarakhand area, wherein he looks after all the IFC partners, going to meet every investor, brands, having a joint calls with them, and supporting them further. So we also have Shilpa. You can see her on the panel. So she is in Bangalore office. So she takes care of all Karnataka region, and Santosh is in our corporate office. He sits in Delhi. in helping North, which is North Belt, which is Delhi NCR, largely Rajasthan and UP Belt as well. There with us, and Kapil is also team member with Shakti in Chennai market. We are also joined today our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, and our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, who actually started this brokerage business, and we'll also understand how she started, what is her journey, and how this Franchise India has started all advisory business and helping investors. What was the need of this, and then further, what is further growth in franchising, what we can see. So next 15 years, 20 years, how franchising is looking like, how franchising is growing, that we will understand from her. So before I start, I would request each member who have joined us today, please use Q&A box. And my request is do not raise your hand because we don't have that option in this webinar. And we will give you equal chance to put your queries and questions in the Q&A box. We will answer your queries. So in between, there will be interactive session also wherein we have some specific questions related to franchising, related to other businesses. So please use Q&A box to reply, to give us some details. We'll take all your questions and queries as well. So before I invite our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to give the perspective of overall franchising and the Franchise India journey, I would like to invite Mr. Maria, our chairman, to put some perspective and help us to start this webinar further. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining in. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome to a very, very special webinar we call the Independent Franchise Consultant Webinar. As Sanjay said, this webinar is hosted every Thursday to invite like-minded partners who want to start their consulting practice, especially in the domain of franchising, which is a very, very large industry and impacts businesses, impacts entrepreneurship in this country, and also impacts a lot of valuable impact in our economy. So congratulations once again to be part of this webinar. This also reflects that you're very serious about taking or considering a next big opportunity for yourself. As Sanjay said, we will use the Q&A box and make it very interactive. So write all your questions. It might be any question that comes to mind. It might be about the franchising, consulting practice, about Franchise India, because the company you're going to partner is Franchise India. Even in our past success stories, what kind of success we have done, any challenges you can face, how do you really build the firm, and anything which comes to your mind, keep asking questions. We have a large panel, so we all would keep taking up your questions. And if you need help in some regional language to be done, that also you highlight, because I have on this panel every part of the country, so we can tell you and talk to you in all languages and explain you a little more. So that's a fun part of Franchise India. We are a mix of cultures. We are a mix of different territorial representation. Today, we operate in 97 cities. So I can proudly say within Franchise India, there is somebody who speaks a particular language, knows the culture, and we can address that market. So friends, let's get started. I'll invite Sonia Chaudhary. She's a managing director, a lot of experience in her journey, 20 odd years. She's contributed to franchising and Franchise India. Also to build world's largest business broking company. That's not been easy because it was not done any part of the world. So there was no, pattern which you can follow or just copy. Most of the businesses we bring to India are actually being duplicated by some place. So this was a plan which I and Sonia thought that we should build a brokerage business. And why this thought really came in, because I used to feel when I used to run Franchise India, other parts of businesses, media and exhibitions, a lot of people used to come and say, I don't know what business I should choose. And because 55% of all business buyers were first-time business buyer. And this is growing. This percent is not small. This is going to grow because professionals are shifting into entrepreneur journey. Students are coming out of college and becoming entrepreneurs. So everybody needed help. People are diversifying. They are getting into a business which they've never done. They've never done it in their life. So they needed help. And so that's where Franchise India brokerage arm was started. And it was also very difficult to train people how you become deal maker, how you really bring brands and investors together. How do you really go out and service your brands? How do you really select the investor? How you profile the investor? A lot of things were required to be done. And it was a complex process. And Sonia started leading that with a very small team. I remember with the handful, say 7-8 people, and now she leads about 500 people team across India and Middle East. And Franchise India has a large network. So not only in India, but we are also in about 9 odd countries overseas. We have a principle which actually inspiration come from is our Honorable Prime Minister about G20. So I have a plan by 2025, we want to be in 20 countries, especially the economies which are going to be the dominant economies for this century. So there would be a new set of economies which would come in the first 20. A lot of them would have to go back. Some European economies would go down, and some Asian economies, some other economies, even a country like Nigeria would be a growing economy and come up. So we have decided a list of our G20, which we feel are going to be the economies of future. And we're going to invest on that. We're very proud that we are part of one of the economies which would be 100% among the top 3, if not the top 2 or top 1. So while endeavor should be, we are the largest population, sooner or later we would become the top economy of the world. And that's the journey is already started. So we're very proud that we are an Indian company which has a multinational ambition. We are an Indian company which has the best timing now from an opportunity viewpoint. And we are also a company which we're very proud that we are world's #1 franchise service platform. So what does Franchise India do? Before I come to Sonia, I'll simply explain 3 things. Just 3 things we do, and we do it great. First, help people who want to invest. Anybody who wants to come and invest in active business, right? So if you want to invest into passive business, which means that you want to buy shares of somebody, you can go to anybody. There are many Motilal Oswal and ICICI and likes of them. They can help you invest into stock market. But if you want to start a new business, or you want to invest into active business, or you want to buy a business, or you want to create a joint venture or invest into a startup, you have to come to only Franchise India. There's a single platform for active business investments. That's one. Number 2, we help companies scale. Every single day, I have to meet 20 companies. And that's what Sanjay does, Sonia does, every of my leader does. We meet a lot of companies, evaluate them. And if we like them, and we feel that there is a potential in the opportunity, the business model, the financial model, and the founder, 4 things, we'll scale the business. We have taken businesses as small as, like yesterday, Amit got me a meeting. And so I tell everybody around me that if I get one good meeting in a day, where I get a spark and I feel a good meeting, it makes my day. So he sent somebody who specially traveled down from Pune to Bombay to meet us. They got 1 hour late, but fortunately we had a good meeting, and Sonia was also with me. And so what we did was, and I said, "What do you do?" And he said, "We have started a bakery." And I said, "When you started?" He says, "I started about 6 months back." And I was not too sure that I want to talk further, because 6 months, you're just settling down, you're not maybe ready. And then I said, "Who all is with you?" He says, "We are 2 brothers. She's my wife. She's my daughter. We have another partner, 5 of them." And then they start putting up a lot of products on the table. And then they started opening up the boxes and said, "Try our product." And when we tried the product, I was convinced. I was convinced on their commitment. I was convinced that they were a family business. They have a daughter also involved in the business. Elders are also involved in the business. So I'm convinced on that. I was convinced that they came with a strong financial background. He's a developer, a real estate guy. So he's financially right. He will support this business well. And I also saw what he created made sense. So I immediately told him, we'll work with you and make you big. Not that just saying it would happen, but at least from a consulting firm like us, if we believe in a business model, we'll make it happen. That's what we do second. And we're very proud that we work with early stage companies, mid-size, family businesses, large corporates, multinationals, everybody, right? So that's the middle part of the business. Third, what we do is also very unique, which we only do. You know, it used to bother me when I would see a lot of people who don't have anybody to take over their business ahead. Like somebody in your family or somebody you know who's got an elder, son doesn't want to do it, or maybe there is some other interest you have. What do you do with the business which is you're running? It takes all your time. And if you want to sell that business, where would you go? You cannot tell your employees because they would go away. You cannot tell your vendors, they would stop giving you stuff. Your creditors will start coming in. So you need somebody who can come and evaluate your business, do the right valuation, and put it in the market and get you a buyer. There are 30 million businesses out there, 30 million businesses. Given a choice, 20% of them would like to sell their business. There is no consulting firm which actually does that. So ask yourself, these three services which we offer, help people to invest in active business, help businesses to scale, help businesses to exit. These three services are not only just unique and virtually large in demand, but there is nobody else doing it. There is no one. So if you want to be part of this family, which has the greatest products in consulting and a very large, I always say, always look at two things when you're looking at a new career. Total addressable market. My addressable market as a business is every home. There is in every home somebody who either wants to start a business, or he wants to scale his business, or he wants to sell his business. Every single home in this country. So total addressable market is very big. And second thing, always look at growth. We are in a market where entrepreneurship is going to grow next 30, 40, 50 years more than any other country in the world. So if you have now three things, you're working with a company which is most experienced, largest in the world. You have the biggest addressable market. And third, you have a growth which is not going to stop for next 5 decades. If these three been there and you're not successful, then something is wrong. Something is wrong at your end. Because this is a proven business model and it works everywhere. And I have a very, very successful consultants already working across India. So on this note, I would like to give it to Sonia, and she will start with her journey a little bit on franchise broking, franchise India. While franchise does a lot of things, but whatever we can cover in a quick note, we can do that. And then I'll talk about this business itself. You've joined in to know what is IFC, what is independent franchise consultant, how much I can make, what can be done on this, and we'll talk all about that. So stay tuned, keep asking your questions on the Q&A box, and we'll make this webinar extremely interesting and productive. Even if you not become independent franchise consultant or don't qualify, you still would become intelligent about this industry, about franchising, right? So let's make maximum out of it. Over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. Friends, again, a very good evening to all of you. I'll give you a little background to Franchise India. It's always important to understand and know the company that you want to perhaps partner with. And we like you to make it interactive. If you have any questions with respect to the industry, how you can partner and what you bring on the table, we'll be happy to even hear from you. And there'll be also some questions that we'll put in the Q&A box and would like to ask you. So friends, Franchise India has had a very storied journey over the last 25 years. And like any startup, I would say we had a humble beginning, but we had a very big vision, which started with a big vision of making India self-reliant through entrepreneurship. And the core driver of our business even today is ensuring that the opportunity to access entrepreneurship is not limited to a few, rather to every single home who has an aspiration. There's somebody out there who has an aspiration of starting a business. So our mission over the years, and more, I would say, dominantly now, which every stakeholder in the company of Franchise India actually focuses on, is to democratize entrepreneurship, to make entrepreneurship accessible to everyone. So on these lines, and through the last 2.5 or decades, we have worked on this particular path to deepen our return on the community that we are serving, and also to deepen our sustainable competitive advantage, which has helped us to sustain not only these 25 years, I would say, to stay ahead, but also with a very strong market share, which is almost about 90% today. And this has been, we have been able to do that through continuous investment in our brand equity. So at the group level, we are a fully integrated franchise solution company. And I would say we are very proud and also humble at the same time to say we are also the world's largest franchise development and distribution company with the largest startup ecosystem, the SME ecosystem. And over these years, we have worked and invested our time in the business, our money in the business, and equally and most important, I would say, we are focused on our learning and our knowledge. so that we're able to build and evolve our capabilities also as a company so that we can add value to the entire franchise community. And we have positioned ourselves as a company which is investor-centric and franchise-focused, with interest in franchising, licensing, real estate, mid-market M&A. We are operating through, I would say, 4 big group businesses of ours, which primarily would, deal or work in. One is our media arm, second is our consulting company, third is brokerage we talked about, and fourth is our investment business, where we also make investment in businesses where we feel there is a strategic partnership or a category creation and value that we can bring in as Franchise India. So we run a very big media house. We run the biggest exhibition company in the country, about 150 such big exhibitions we do every year, which includes exhibitions like we do in Delhi every year, which is the world's largest franchise exhibition. 45,000 people come to this exhibition. 600 companies represent their business interest in this exhibition. And we do, different size of exhibitions across India, about 120 of these. We also run the biggest B2B magazines. One is Franchising World, which we started in 1999. And over the years, we also made some strategic partnership with other companies, where we're also partners with companies called Entrepreneurial for India and Asia Pac. This is the biggest B2B magazine based out of America. And the second group company is consulting side, which I talked about, where FranCorp is our partner. This is the advisory arm of Franchise India, and FranCorp is a global company present in more than 40 countries across the globe. And this company has been in the business or in the industry for more than 47 years now. A company from America, which has worked with the names in the franchise industry you can reckon with, names like McDonald's, Hilton Hotels, KFC's, Hershey's, other companies and the brands which FranCorp globally has consulted. And over the last 16 years of our partnership and our working with FranCorp in India, there are more than 8,000 companies which FranCorp has consulted over the years. On an average, we bring almost about 700 companies every year, which are first time into franchising, courtesy FranCorp, which creates and makes sustainable business model for companies. And then is our transaction arm, which is Franchise India Brands. And this is where a huge I would say distribution is required. Now, this part of the company does almost about 1,500 crores of gross transaction value of the business, this is the money that we raise from the market every year through the mandate that we get from the investors who want us to advise them on the businesses, and also from the companies who seek our help in getting them to various geographies across the country and also overseas markets. And then we have our investment arm, which has interest in a lot of businesses, which includes investment in education business, F&B business, services also as a business. And where some of the brands that we have partnered with as a master franchisee or in different capacities include businesses like Direct English, for example, in education, which is the oldest brand English speaking based out of UK. 120-year-old company present in about 22 countries across the globe. We are partners with a company called Action Coach, which is the largest executive coaching company, again based out of America. And like that, we have investment interest with other F&B companies, including Figaro, which is again an international brand. We have interest in a company called Barcelos. We are partners with them in India. A brand called Smoothie Factory. We are again partners for these companies in India. We also have a big service business by the name of UClean, which runs almost 350 odd locations in India. And that's the largest laundry chain in the country. So that's what our investment company does. So as a prime mover of the entire franchise ecosystem, we have built a strong equity with our the business buyers, aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself who engage through our platforms, our media company. They also take advice before starting a business. And also we offer the entire solutions to a company, from making them franchise ready to helping them expand their footprint to various markets. And we also run our offices, like Gaurav mentioned, outside India through our company called Fran Global, which is there in more than 9 odd countries. And India, this company has been instrumental in bringing more than 480 companies to the Indian market. So one thing which I'll like to maybe take next 5 minutes on, the opportunity is very important to be understood, how big the opportunity itself is, in franchising as an industry. So we want to enter an industry. The first thought that comes to our mind is that how big that opportunity is. And second is if that opportunity is big enough, how long it is going to sustain and be relevant. So I like to share some numbers around that. And I'm sure most of you would be able to relate. So first and foremost, we all have to understand that, franchising is a industry which is proportionate to the consumption. And as the consumption grows, so does franchising. And the consumption story of our country, India, is not only very interesting, but also very, very big. And that is what has made us, resilient over the years. We have a massive consumption engine. And as you see, there has been a big formalization of consumption, which means a lot of development of retail infrastructure. There is increased interest, so to say, with consumption of, brands, branded environment, brand consciousness around us has become big. The demand for branded product and also services today has become big. Today, everything that we're consuming from a service to a brand to, I would say, and it cuts across all industries, be it F&B, be it retail, be it services that you consume, which is your quick commerce services, all that is coming through a branded environment. And the other reason, which is also very important to understand, we have a very robust growth in the service sector. India's growth has overall been fueled by very strong performance, so to say, in the overall service sector, which contributes to the Indian GDP about 52%. And service sector is dominated by franchise businesses, right? So the GDP of the world also shifting to service sectors, since the top consumption categories come from service-centric businesses. The third thing which is also to be noted, India, if you look at the economic growth of India versus the global economic growth, that has been very, very strong. The last 20 odd years, I'll give you some reference point. India has seen almost 2x to 3x on an average, a strong growth versus how the global economy was growing. When the global economy was growing at say 4% in 2004 to about 2008, even at that point in time, India was growing at about 8%. And also at the current rate of the average global economic growth, which is under 2.5, India still continues to grow at about 7.2% GDP. Right. And also, if you see the growth of the GDP, since 2014 till 23, we have almost doubled our GDP, which was 2 trillion in 2014 and about 3.7 in 2023. So India, with the current also title amongst the 5 top economies of the world, on our part to be on the top 3 economies of the world, we are also one of the fastest growing amongst the world top economies, be it US, be it China, be it Japan, be it Germany. These are the 4 economies, and India being the 5th one. If you see the rate at which the economy of India is increasing, it is almost in certain cases maybe 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, where USA continues to grow at about 1%, China is about 4%, Japan about 1.5%, and Germany at about 0.3, because that has slipped into recession, which also makes a very important I would say reflection of how the economy of India would grow over the years. Also, India has seen a very high saving share rate, right? So when I saving of our incomes, when we compare that to the other countries, India has a very healthy, high saving share of 22% of our own incomes is what goes in our savings, versus countries like America, where that share is about 7%. Germany would have almost about 10%, and countries like Japan would have a very low, which is about 2.5%. UK is about 4%. Now, with better access to the goods, these savings will continue to provide a very big buffer for further consumption. And another very important point, we all know, India is a very big shopkeeper nation. We have every home which has an aspiration of starting a business. So India has a huge legacy of entrepreneurship, and inherently, I would say, a very substantial entrepreneurial population. And especially the demand of entrepreneurship at the bottom of the pyramids, micro business, which are run in our neighborhood market, is also very, very high. And lastly, one important point, and I would myself, have experienced that when we started a company. I remember there used to be people who wanted to start business and maybe diversify their businesses. But today, when I look back and see the number today, there has been a big growth in the first-time business buyers who have never bought business in their life. So out of 100 businesses that are sold by us every month or every year, almost 50 to 55% of these businesses are bought in by people who have never done business in their life. So our business buying community which is first time business buying community, is increasing every year. And I would say this is almost doubled up in the last 10 odd years. And these are strong indications of why this industry is not only relevant now, but is also going to sustain in the next many years. And so we feel that at Franchise India, we've created a ecosystem and community, but this opportunity to also expand the ecosystem community through partnerships in the form of IFC channel. And every day, at our platform, we launch a new business opportunity that come into franchising. So we not only need, I would say, a bigger presence, but also deeper reach and connect with the community through our teams and also through our partners. So the idea is, how do we create these meaningful, purposeful, profitable partnerships amongst ourselves? So with this, maybe I'd like to give back to Gaurav to give a larger perspective on how we can partner and what is there for you. And we'd like to also ask some questions which you can also start answering in the Q&A for us to understand the audience we are communicating and your larger interest, and how we can in fact qualify you for becoming a partner with us.
Thank you, Sonia. And friends, let's make it, it's already about 35 odd minutes, and I know it can be sometimes very tiring just to hear and you're not able to register. So I'll start with a couple of questions, and let's make it interactive, and you answer those questions on the Q&A box. And this would be a reflection that how serious you are about the opportunity, and we will know a little more about you. And you can also ask any other question you have. And then I'll take you directly to the business model. Somebody was asking that how you can become an independent franchise consultant. I'll directly go there, and I'll keep it sharp. I'll do about 10 odd minutes and give you how you can really build a consulting practice and a long-term business model. So, but I would appreciate that everybody interacts on the Q&A box, because that's very important. You will only get value if you share what I'm going to ask. My first question is, introduce yourself. What do you do? If you are a professional, just write P. P, it will tell you that you're a professional. If you're a business owner, write B. If you are a management consultant, and now understand this clearly. If you have kind of consulting bend, or you've done consulting, coaching, training, any kind of service capabilities which you have done, you maybe a B2B consultant or a trainer, then write MC, management consultant. And if you are somebody who's on a career change, which means that you have done whatever you've done, now you're looking at a new career, write C. 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultants, and C for career change. Just go there and write, and let me see who starts the first. Nishit Gupta, he was the first one. So Nishit, congratulations. Why? Because I've done 4,000 webinars and all live webinars. And I find people just join in, they don't really interact. And I don't like them. Why I don't like them? Because they will never engage. We are in a digital technological economy. And if you don't know how to engage with people, you'll not succeed. Right? So today we have tools and structure which actually helps us to engage. So congratulations, you are proactive, you are engaging yourself, and you're a professional. And then Mr. Gupta is also Sukran Gupta. He's a business owner. Rohit is a management consultant. So Rohit knows what I'm talking about. So T. Jack Kumar is a career change. This is the best time of life when you career change, because you can step back and say, how can I do things differently, right? And when you are in that space of C, you need technically one more C, which is very important. You know, your career change, there is only one C which is required. And that C is called courage. And that's very, very powerful. Extremely powerful. Because when that stage, you're almost thinking of losing something. I do, this would not work, that would not work, this didn't work, that didn't happen. You need courage. You need to see and tell, I will do it, whatever it takes. Right? And that's very, very important moment. And I think that if you have that time in life where you are on a career change, you need to trust courage. This is a phenomenal human quality which has brought up all the changes in life. So C, focus on C, right? So then there is Arun, who's a management consultant and also business owner. Afzal is a management consultant, great. Ritesh is C, again a career change. Ritesh, remember what I said, courage. Anuj is a professional. Vishwajit, welcome, is a professional. Samir is a C. And somebody's asking me, how do you set up the business in nanoscience and technology? Well, I do a lot of businesses, but you need to really find a company which can guide you more. While we have a lot of technology companies at Franchise India, but this is not about nanoscience and technology. This is an independent franchise consultant program. And Ramesh has said, I would like to limit not to answer, which is also fine. Everybody has a right to not answer anything you want to do. And and there's Ashwin who writes M. He might be management consultant, so he might have written the first part of the letter. Great. So it's good that I see a lot of people. And even if the extension of this question, if you want to share your city, because we are open for some cities we are super excited, and some we are not looking at this because we have a lot of IFCs already there. But some cities we are super, super excited because we have so much of data in that city, so much of demand in that city that people can make loads of money in just the first 3 months, right? So use the piece. Somebody said agri sector is tremendous, largest contributor to Indian economy, and it will become even bigger because as we will automate and bring better technology and better efficiencies, our agriculture economy would go to the next level. Okay, so there's somebody from Navi Mumbai. Absolutely, Navi Mumbai, we have been there doing many shows there. Obviously, Bombay, we have many offices and we have been there for last 23 years. But Navi Mumbai is a great market for franchising. Why I say great market for franchising? Because it has both. It has new infrastructure and a lot of migrant community. Any city which has that, like Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, where people come from outside, they like that stay there, and a great modern infrastructure, they want to stay there. Now, my city, Chandigarh, is becoming also like that. Tri-City, especially the Mohali area, new infrastructure has been built. Whenever new infrastructure builds, businesses come, right? And that's where the opportunity of franchising really happens. I've been going to Navi Mumbai for the last 30 years, and I've seen a transformation. Now you see the best of the cafes and the best of the restaurants and gyms and this. So it's booming. It's booming because it's a new infra, and also a lot of people want to do that. And then there are many cities. Samir is from Bangalore. Shilpa would be in touch with you. Arun, Saktivel, talk to him. And this Jay Shankar in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a lovely city. I think in today's time, entrepreneurship, I'm honest, I am from Chandigarh, honesty, but I feel that the fight is between Andhra, Telangana and Gujarat. The very entrepreneurial people. They are the company. I think Shakti is laughing because he thinks that Tamil Nadu is still ahead. But I feel that these two markets are booming. While unicorns are still higher in Bangalore because of technology. So Joydeep, his Pune, one of the cities after Chandigarh I love is Pune. And then there's somebody from Kerala, Jignesh S. He's from Kerala. Then Gorakhpur. Gorakhpur used to run an office before COVID. We really want to go there back, and it's a state, it's a city of our honorable chief minister. High growth, a lot of things happening. And then there is Ramesh Cheda from Mumbai. So that's also great. And I have worked with a lot of people from Cheda community. They're very entrepreneurial themselves. They're very entrepreneurial. And the community runs maximum number of retail business in Bombay. And then we have Vishwadidde from Bangalore. Great. So good to see a lot of people responding. Let me go to the next question. Now, I question this to everyone. When you come to a business opportunities webinar, you're seeking an opportunity. But before you seek an opportunity, what is your goal? So if anybody wants to give me how much you want to make if you become a consultant, what is your aspiration of making money? This is very important because this would show what you think about this business. While you don't know, I will take you through, but just from aspiration viewpoint, you know your aspiration. It's not dependent on the business, right? Like everybody has aspiration in life. Dhirubhai wanted to become Dhirubhai. Somebody wanted to become something else. Go and share what you want to think this business can make. And if you don't want to share, that's all right. But if anybody thinks he wants to share, please go out and do that. I want to really see how many of you are mentally prepared for doing an entrepreneurial journey. Because if you don't have, I call that date in mind, and then the income you want to do in mind, you will never get it. So it has to be there. You have to have your life goals and that date when you want to really start. Then only it happens. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. There are so many opportunities we see around us, read about it, but we never do, or we miss. I know, well, somebody in Dubai, a good friend of mine now, who made so much of money in Bitcoin. And everybody heard Bitcoin is happening, but not everybody made money. Right? So I can tell you so many examples in last at least 32 years I've been working. Every 5 years, something big came in, and it was really big, and you missed it. Right? And it was ahead of you. Like I missed one opportunity. BNI, which is a big networking network, came and launched from my Bombay office. Right? I never thought that this will become a 45,000 people network. I missed it. Right? Sometimes the opportunity is like that. You cannot catch from behind. It's just in the front of you. It just comes to you. It knocks you. And if you don't take it, it goes. So Ritesh has answered. He wants to do this. Ritesh, good. I'm not taking the number you've given me because I feel that that's a good number. That's the absolute right number if you want to become a consultant with us. And somebody says billions. Yeah, you can. Billions depends on which billion it is, rupees or dollar, but you can, either of the currencies. And somebody from Jammu, he's good. So Jammu is again a good market. We have done a lot of work in Jammu. So let's get on to the next question. This is my third question. And this you have to tell me honestly. You need to take maybe half a second or half a minute, or maybe 20 seconds or 10 seconds to think over. Give me one thing which you think you have that you will become a good consultant. Because I can tell you, if 100 people I meet, 95 would not qualify to be a good consultant. They can do something else in life. They can have very good skills. They can be traders. They can be, other entrepreneurs, but they will never become a consultant. Just now we were sitting with our teams. My 7-8 members were there from our office. And Sonia, I looked at 2 of them and I said, they are great. They look like, they behave like, everything they're doing is about consultant. But some are not. Right? It's difficult. It doesn't come easy. So what is one quality you think you have which can make you a good consultant? I love the answer of Dilip. Dilip is given an answer, which I will read it if you have permit me, Dilip. He says, regular stable income by helping new entrepreneurs. Beautiful it is. It's so beautiful. It's so beautifully reflected. How great it is that you service entrepreneurs and you still make money, and a good money, which means that you're changing people's life and you making money. Right? Others also have given. And I took the answer, which was very important. I mean, there is a Ritesh as a good communicator. Anuj is a negotiator, so he can be a great deal maker. Deal maker, a great negotiator. I was working with an investment banker. He told me once, very senior guy, he says, it's not over till it's not over. Keep negotiating, keep negotiating. You still have chance to go back. So push your last piece till the time you feel the deal can go wrong here. Till the time you have a chance. Take your chance. Son, I learned so much from him. And there was a life goal to become a business consultant. Afzal, great. My also journey, always last 27 years at least, is a consultant. Somebody said, I have a knowledge about F&B, but I love the answer Dilip gave. It is exactly why I'm in business. Why Sonia is in business. Sanjay is in business. We all love to help entrepreneurs change people's life. If I can take one company and make it extremely big and make it a unicorn, I will always be proud of myself. If I can get one person who can invest through me and say, I have a stable income now because of you, it gives me relief. If I can save a business which was dying and I can sell that business to somebody else, it would help me, right? So this is what my mission is now. My mission is democratizing entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is right for every single person in this country. And how can we inspire them? How can we give them the right opportunity? And how we can really scale them to the next level of value creation. That's what my journey is. So let's do now why you're here. You want to be a consultant, right? And you have your own success. And I'm not taking many of our good answers also. And Sonia, please feel free if you want to pick up something which it becomes exciting. I will get on to the next topic. Similarly, Sanjay, what is IFC and why IFC really came? So as I said, we ran this business direct teams, 45 cities, offices, teams, everything else. And suddenly we realize we're missing something. We're missing something. There is something going wrong. Some of my team members who were 15 years with me, 10 years with me, they were great. They were like top consultants of India. But some are finding a challenge. And I stepped back and say, what is that 3 things or 4 things which I'm missing, which is not working as it should work? While we were number 1 company, we're selling 10,000 franchise every year. Every single brand we're working with, we were super busy, but still my satisfaction level was not there. And I looked at 3 things which were very, very important and we're missing. The first thing was consistency. Consistency. People come to meet us and now me, when they bring in their son and daughter and say, I came to you 20 years back, now my son wants to do something, right? Because I've not gone anywhere. I'm 26 years doing the same thing, right? If people had my number, they have my number. Like somebody, a very good friend of mine, built a very big travel company. And I worked with him when there were 3 people in the company. And this company is now almost $1 billion company. And he now floated another company. And the first person he calling is me and say, look, I want to do the same and maybe bigger than what we did that time. Because I'm not gone anywhere. Rather, I will become more wiser now and I have more strength now. So consistency of a consultant over an employee is much higher. Because if you become a successful consultant, you're not going anywhere. Anybody wants your help, you're always going to be there. So if I have a consultant in Bhopal and he tells everybody that anybody wants a business in Bhopal, Bhopal is a big city, come to me, he's not going anywhere. For next 20 years, 30 years, generations would come, he's going to be there. So it has a much bigger life and a consistency of service. Second piece is, to me, the knowledge base. So most of the consultants who join Franchise India come from a lot of experience. They bring in their phenomenal amount of experience. And sometimes we lack that experience in young people we hire because they don't come with that experience. Averagely, people working with as an independent franchise consultant come with a minimum average experience of 15 years to 20 years, minimum. They're 30-year guys also, right? And they are so experienced, they bring so much of value, and they bring in much more than just this, right? And the third is integrity. When people come to you, they're just not another business development. It's not about the next check. They come to you and open up with you. They put everything with you. They're putting their money and hard-earned saving money. They want honest advice. Because it's now going to be your business. You will save the reputation, right? Long time back, I worked with the biggest industrialist in this country. And he says, go and find out a franchisee, Gaurav, who thinks he has more reputation than I have. He will never let the business go down because it is his business. Similarly, I thought I would need to have a partner who thinks I have more reputation than Gaurav Maria in my city. And I will not let that go down. I will service my clients more than he thinks the client thinks or expects from me. That's why I thought I will share a large part of my earnings with my IFC partners, and if they come and contribute. But is every IFC partner can be successful? Absolutely. Everyone can be successful provided they have 3 things. 100%, I will say 100% success. If you do 3 things, as I say, follow the methodology, which we have prepared over the years, which we train you. We train you hard. Now, 3 days training is happening on 12th, 13th, and 14th. 3-day extensive manual, 24 hours of theoretical and workshop and peer-to-peer learning. And it's an extensive training which needs to be done. We train you how to make deals. We train you how to become a franchise coach. We train you how to assess an investor, how to do a deal making, how to address financials, how to read a good balance sheet, how to define the business model, how to compare business model with other competition. So everything we will train you how to build yourself as a brand. Because you're going and presenting yourself. How people say, I want to work with you, not anybody else. And so all that is part of the training, is capability development. So first is following the methodology. Methodology, if you follow, you will never, ever fail. It's like doing the right way, which is a structured, proven way. In our franchising, we say, do the McDonald's way. Go by the system, follow the system, system works. Right? Second is involvement. You need to be involved. It's your business. I call it 3 types of ROI. The first is return on investment. We are not that. The next 2 are what we are. Return on intelligence and return on involvement. You need to be involved. You need to put 100 hours. So first is follow methodology. Second, be involved in the business. And third, be an extreme good networker. Top class. Never miss opportunity to not network. You're not going to a mandir without telling people, coming out and say, what do I do? Because they're going to the mandir to ask from God that how their careers can change. You can change that. Right? You have to tell, you go to a party, you're not coming out without telling people that you can give them better opportunities and they can party more. Right? So every opportunity you will have in your life is an opportunity to network and tell what you do. Tell everyone that you are a start your own business specialist. You help people to start their business. They will never forget you because there's nobody out there who's like you. Most of the time we meet people who want money from you. And here I'm giving you, right? I'm giving you an opportunity and money-making machine. You can continue to make machine. So that's our opportunity. So friends, this is an opportunity which is well-structured, well-devised, practiced, and great results are already there. We have best partners who are doing extremely well. You can talk to any of them. But there is also a structured way we approach how the commercial works, how the model works, how our IFC program works. I will let Sanjay Bhatt to run a small presentation. I've already taken pretty much the 1 hour. And so Sonia and I normally decide we want to take 30 minutes because she took 30 minutes. I had to take 30 minutes. So I also did my 30 minutes. So, and Sanjay would now take another, maybe he also does 30 minutes. Doesn't matter. If you are serious about the opportunity, you will stay for 30 minutes, right? So over to Sanjay, and please take them through a presentation, tell them what do we do. And friends, if you're really serious, reach out to our cluster heads, talk to them. They would set up a meeting with me. I will talk to you. I will ask you hard questions. You ask me as hard questions as possible. And if you still like each other after this discussion, we'll work together and we will partner for years and years to come. Thank you very much for your time. I'll take your leave. I have to start another meeting. So thank you very much. Hope I was able to give you some insight which can help you make an important decision of your life to be a franchise consultant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone who is there. We'll take you through a small presentation, few slides. Rest all discussions we'll do one-on-one by our all regional heads. So it'll give you understanding what we offer and what is your monetization program and what's the growth structure, how we will grow, what's the next step, and how you can become our IFC partner. So what we offer is tablet. So tablet would mean T stands for technology. So we'll give you CRM access. So we'll create a CRM ID for you, wherein we'll give you all the database. We also have email IDs we create for you. So these email IDs you can use. It will be your personalized email IDs on Franchise India domain so that you become the Franchise India member and then you communicate with all your investors and with their database. A stands for access to our infrastructure. If you have your presence in Pune, for example, so we have office in Pune, so you can use our office in Pune. You are in Delhi, you can use our office in Delhi. Anywhere you are in India, we have almost offices all over. you can come, you can use our office. If someone is saying that I am from Kolkata, so we have office in Kolkata, you can come to our office, use for your all meetings, and full day also you can use my office. All the facilities are there for you. Brands, we give you B for brands would mean that we give you 500 brand opportunities from day one, the day you complete your training. As we discussed, that the training program is happening on 12th, 13th, and 14th in our corporate office. This will be extensive training for 3 days, wherein all our top management would be involved, including chairman. He will give you full time. And once you are through that training programs, you'll understand what actually franchising is. That will be a product base, that will be fundamentals and the processes and the structures what we have will be given, and these brands, how to use and how to reach out to investors, how to reach out to the brands, and then we'll give you the brand trainings also. But the day you join, you get 500 brand lists, rather more. We have 900 plus brands today. This list is always available for you, while we can create your brand portfolio, because humanly it's not possible to drive all 500. We, on behalf of your profile, your location, will give you, we can help you to create your brand portfolio, where you can focus 3-4 brands every month, but you can sell any brand. So as per the requirement from the investor, we go all out to find out an opportunity for that investor, because what we do is we are into transactional business. So we do brokerage. We have brokerage success fees to come to us. So we'll go across, find out an opportunity for the every investor. E stands for, okay, L stands for leads. So we give you leads every month. There's a minimum guarantee of 50 leads, which is guaranteed in your every month CRM. That will be investor database, investor leads, whom you will interact, because investor is very, very important for us. That is the first community we work. Second community is brands. So we work both. We'll give you leads in CRM. So this is 50 leads, which are in your CRM from investor side. So once we create your brand portfolio, we'll give you every brand. We run a campaign every month. We'll give you leads for that brand who are interested for brand wise. We also have events. So every month we are having physical events, around 20-25 events every month. So E stands for events. Free access to all the IFC partners in not only in your city. You want to change your city, you want to go to other city also to travel, to represent any brand. You are free to visit and travel to any city, wherein all the brands we invite, all the investors we invite, venue, which is 5-star hotel we booked, marketing, lead generation, and a special creative for yourself, your design for you, creative, wherein you can also share with your database that, look, I am the one who drives this brand. I am the one who is present in this event, and I'm the consultant who is helping investors to get them into business. And second is T for stands for training. So in lead generation, if I can see lead sport, there is written without taking any confusion, creating any confusion. There's a 200 rupees, which is written per lead, but this is true. This was happening before COVID time, but now after the COVID is over, we are not doing this. We are not asking you to generate leads. We are not asking you to pay any penny for lead generation, marketing, or any promotional activity. Everything will be done by us. No investment from your side towards this lead generation, lead man, everything done by us. T stands for training. As I said, every month we have a new batch coming to our corporate office, wherein you are staying with us, you are pick and drop, everything we do, have all facilities from our side. You have to come to Delhi, 3 days extensive training, which is after you onboard with us, 3 days training every month, wherein our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, would be involved into full training to give to yourself, and then you will be fully equipped with franchising business and the knowledge of the industry, products, all across. So next slide says, what is the proposed structure for my IFC partner? So proposed structure would mean when you join on the entry point, how you want to grow, where you want to go, and what is there for you, because every partner would be unique. Someone put 100 hours in a month, which is basic requirement, but someone can put 200 hours, someone put 300 hours. But then what is there for him? What is there for her? So there's a growth ladder which we have created, that you join at entry point, which I am saying entry as an IFC, because that's the entry point for everyone. Then once you join with us and you do business, once you touch 15 lakh rupees a gross business, it can be 2 months also, it can be 3 months also, and you will hit elite membership. So you become my elite member. How it is going to change your pay structure, your payout and everything is my next slide. So once you become my elite, once you hit 15 lakh or 15 deals in a year. So we are giving you full year. So there's no target in a month or 2 or 3. It's up to you how aggressive you are, how quickly you want to grow, how quickly you want to move on to the next level for next growth, and you want to earn more. That's up to you. You want to become pro, but there is no way that you can become directly a pro member or a master member. That's not possible. You have to join as FC member at entry point. You go to elite membership and then you go to pro membership. So you become IFC pro once you are dealing with 50 lakh rupees in a year or 30 deals. 30 deals would mean you sell 30 franchises. It can be 30 investors, or it can be less investors. It can be even 30 investors. So if someone can take multiple franchises for you, that will be also counted a deal. If you are hitting a revenue base 50 lakh rupees, you will become my pro member. And if you hit master, that would mean that business of 1 crore, which is mandatory for this region, wherein you want to become my master part, or you do 50 deals in a year. That is up to you, how fast you want to become master, but how it is going to change your payout structure, your earning potential, and everything. That is the next slide, very, very important. That once you are IFC at a entry level, you are my 40% shareholder. So we get 60%, you get 40%. If you're doing, suppose 5 lakh rupees a business a month, you get 40%, we get 60%. At elite, it becomes 50-50. Then you are my 50% partner. And at pro level, you become 60% partner, I become 40%. And at master, you become 70% shareholder, and I become 30%. But we still continue giving you leads, brands, events, training, and everything. No investment from your side towards a lead generation, towards events which you want to attend across India, and then also no investment to invest on yourself to become a brand yourself. So we have a training module, how to become yourself a brand. We will train you, we'll give you complete training on that, so you can work openly, freely. And there are some products which we have, and 3 products out of 4, you become percentages 40, 50, 60, 70. And in the 4th product, you have 20% in each case. I'll explain you how. If you see, there is an I and B common in all 4 products. I stands for investor, because we are working with investors one side, and B stands for brands. We are working with brands on the other side. So these are 2 communities, 2 banks that we have. So both communities, we work on brokerage. We take success fees, we take fee on an onboarding from both sides. So when it is IA, it stands for investor acquisition. So once we interact with investor, we register that investor with us, and then only we start servicing. We do not service investor without registering with us, because it is risky. We don't know whether servicing for a month or 2, investors there with me or not. So we have to lock the investor. So that is investor acquisition. So which is 25,000 rupees we charge an investor to work with us, to take franchise to us, because we are giving our valuable time. So our product is time. As a consulting and advisory firm, we are having time our product. When we are giving time to someone, would mean we charge for that, because consultants worldwide have got a product is time. If you are hiring a lawyer, if you are hiring a chartered accountant, they have got time which they're giving you, and they charge for that. And quality of the chartered accountant, performance of the chartered accountant would take him to the next level to increase the fee structure. That's what all is here, that you increase your knowledge and you increase your involvement, you get better training programs, and you can become a better consultant. So that would mean your fee would be also high. So 25,000 is lowest when we start. And if you're dealing with investors who are having little more on investor side, and if they are having more investment, we increase the registration fees also, which goes up to 2 lakh rupees as well. So we are starting with 25,000 rupees. That becomes your IA product, investor acquisition. You get 40% on that. If you are servicing an investor buying a franchise through you, and that investor is also paying us and servicing fees, that becomes IS, again, that is minimum 50,000 rupees. Each investor who have paid me 25,000 rupees to register, when we service, then we charge him 50,000 rupees minimum, and you also get 40% of that 50,000 again. And at the same time, any brand which he has taken through you, when you service, you sell a franchise, any brand, that brand also will pay us a brokerage fees that becomes BS, brand servicing fee. So these three products, you have 40%. So by an example, I can make you understand. So let's assume that you are working with investor and someone who is doing 10 registrations in a month. Let's assume it's an example. Some can do 20, 30, 40. There's no target. Even you do 2, you do 5. It's up to you how involved you are. But we don't work for free. So if you start interacting with investors, so you register. Let's assume that you registered 10 investors in 1 month. So would mean 25,000 into 10, that becomes 2.5 lakh rupees. Straight away, your 40% payout is there. So would mean out of 2.5, you get 1 lakh rupees, which is 40% of 2.5 lakh. And then when you start servicing that investor, because once he is registered, there's the 3 benefits of registering. 1, it's a revenue for you. Second, it's a sure shot deal for you, because once he has registered, he will buy franchisee through you only. Third, if he is attending any other webinar, any other brand training, any other brand launch, any other digital program, or anywhere he want to interact with Franchise India, he will not go anywhere. Only he will buy through you because he is registered with you. Anywhere he go, somebody will ask him to pay the registration fees. He cannot pay second time. He has paid you, hired you. So would mean that it's a confirmed deal for you. So these are the 3 benefits. So first is revenue. So you get 40% out of this. So 10 investors registered, 2.5 lakh revenue to Franchise India through you. You get 40% straight. That's 1 lakh. When you start servicing, so someone take 2 months, someone take 1 month, someone take 15 days or 3 months also, but we are giving him almost 6 months to 1 year duration and validity. In between, we are converting, and normally 3 months is on higher side we take. But when you do the registration part, immediately that would mean the business is booked in your name. He will pay you later, but once you service. Servicing would mean that you will give him opportunities as per his requirement, and you can get connected with the right brands. So any brand which he selects, you finalize, and he pays a token amount to that brand to buy that franchise through you. He will pay highest amount, which is servicing fees to you, which is 50,000 minimum in the case of 25,000 as a registration fee. Now assume these are 10 investors which we discussed. Same 10 will pay you again 50,000 rupees each, because that's a minimum service fees investor will pay. So from the same investor, you are getting 50,000 each. For 10, you get 5 lakh rupees. And for 5 lakh rupees, you have 40% again, which is 2 lakh rupees will go to you. So your payout becomes again 2 lakh rupees out of the same 10 investors who have been serviced now. It can be 2 months, some can take little more time, but it is already booked in your name. At the same time, whichever franchisee he has taken, brand will also pay us a brokerage fees. That depends on the opportunity which investor has gone for, because every brand which we onboard, we have a success fees also mentioned and agreed, which is there in the agreement. Minimum is 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees each, which is small investment companies, which are low cost investment companies. Suppose 10 lakh rupees is the total investment. So we charge 1 lakh rupees as brand servicing fees, which is BS. So in some cases, we have 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, even 10, 15, 20 lakh rupees also brand is paying a success fees to Franchise India. So I'm not talking about 5 lakh, 10 lakhs. I'm talking about 2 lakh rupees as a average. Each investor, same investor who have taken a franchisee, now brand has got the LOI done, the token amount, and he has got the franchise fees and all that we will do. Brand will release our success fees which is mentioned in the agreement. So as I said, let's assume it is 2 lakh rupees each. All these 10 will pay you 2 lakh rupees each as an example. So it becomes 10 into 2 lakh, it becomes 20 lakh rupees, again, a revenue through you to Franchise India. Your share is again 40% of that 20 lakh rupees, which is 40% of 20 lakh rupees becomes 8 lakh. So would mean that by just getting 10 investors on board, registering 10 investors, you get 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and 8 lakh. So that becomes 11 lakh rupees from these 10 investors, which you can repeat every month. It becomes your funnel. Every month you do the same. Every month you have chance of making investors register and then start servicing. So when we service, that time we have a full support. When we register, we have a full support for you. When we are dealing with brands, there is a full support to you. All the team members will come on the call, will help you to get through. For making a call with investors also, we arrange joint calls, qualified calls for you. And then once we are getting the investor servicing fees from the same investor, we also have backend team who can support. We'll reach out to the investor to get your IFCs released. We also reach out to brands for getting your BS amount released. So that's all the setup already there. We have a backend support, accounts team. They will support you, help you. You don't have to follow. Some documentation which we have to do, that's just a form which is available with everyone. That's just to give to investors. Just fill up the form at the time of registration. At the time of deal making, you just fill up a form, that's it. Fourth product is BD, which is business development, would mean you can also refer some brand whom you know, whom you come across. It can be from your city, it can be across India or maybe out of India as well. They are interested, they're having aspiration to come into franchising. If you introduce, you have to give us only a reference in that sense. So with reference, then we come on the picture and we arrange a call. And once we come on the call, we will help you to send a presentation, proposals, everything we do, even getting the money released from that onboarding fees from the brand also we get. And you get straight away 20% of onboarding fees, which we charge upfront. So our onboarding fee starts from 7.5 lakh rupees, then it goes to 75 lakh rupees. So depending on the service, suppose we take a minimum of 7.5 lakh rupees, so your 20% is in your kitty. So it becomes your BD payout. That becomes 20% on what is the onboarding fees for that brand. For that, what you have given us a reference only. So in all the cases, why it is simple and it is fixed? Because in all cases, you don't have to do servicing part. You have to only refer. So one reference in each category everywhere, and there is no limit. You can do 10 onboarding brands every month. You can do 5, you can do 1, 2, up to you. Any reference you want to give, you give us 3 references. Suppose we close 1 within the same, and then 2 goes for under follow-ups and all those stuff. So once you close and money comes upfront, so you're 20%. So leads side, you get 50 leads per month at base level, then it goes to leads will increase. Actually talking about leads, so there is no barrier and there is no restriction on leads. So someone who is involved get more leads. Someone who is engaged get more leads. Someone who is present at the event get more leads. And CRM side, we give you 1 CRM, then 2, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4. That would mean once you grow, you can also arrange somebody from your family or the friends, or maybe you can hire somebody in your office. You can also make him part of the system. We'll give training, we'll give extra CRM ID. So would mean that extra brands and extra leads would also come to you. That is what financial structure, payout structure is for you. But to understand it more, we will connect with you. Our teams, our heads will connect with you one-on-one, give you understanding, and you have your own questions, they have their own questions, and wherever you feel, you can take us on call, and every time we will give you a complete understanding on that. If they feel that you have similar background, you really have passion to become a franchise consultant, you want to really help community to get them into business, and we are spreading entrepreneurship. If you feel that there is someone who need your time, who need your guidance and hand holding, we will work with you. So if you have really that passion, our team will get in touch. We'll have a complete, maybe 1 hour session with each one of you. You are given your time. We respect that. We'll completely give you understanding on how to become the IFC partner with Franchise India, which is world's largest franchise company today. And you also will be getting all the understanding on way forward. So if someone is ready, then we also have to join a call with our chairman. It's a 10-minute Zoom call or direct call, wherein he can select, and then we go to the next level. And if someone is really looking forward, we have 12, 13, 14 arranged this training program, and anyone can join after coming on board. And how you come on board and how you become our licensed partner, and what is the onboarding structure, onboarding procedures. So it is one simple registration fees, that is 4.5 lakh plus GST. That is your onboarding fee and license fees one time. Rest, there is no investment in next 3 years. 3 years is the agreement period. You'll understand more about everything with our heads, but there is no investment apart from this. This is your one-time license fees, which we will take, and rest all 3 years we have to give you complete training, complete hand-holding. And our mission is that our IFC partner who becomes our partner has to grow from day one, and his investment, what is the license fees, should come to him and his pocket as early as possible. So we have exceeded actually 20 minutes today. So in the interest of time, we would like to thank you for joining in today. And from all the panel members and my team, we really are thankful for your time for attending this special webinar today. We respect your time. In this regard, all our team members will spend a little more time on helping you to understand this opportunity, helping you to structuring this. And you have any question, please get your questions ready and get in touch with them. They will get in touch rather, and then have a complete discussion. So team, you can also say vote of thanks to every member who has joined us today.
Thank you all, and we definitely associate with each and everybody.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to all of the members who have attended today's webinar.
Thank you very much all for joining the webinar. Thank you, sir, for lovely presentation.
Thank you all for connecting. So for Kerala and Tamil Nadu, I'll be connecting with one-on-one personally.
Absolutely. Thank you from everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We'll
hi.
get in touch with you soon.